Okay, so I decided to get a haircut, and I'm pretty close to my beach. I saw this. I saw the spiraling barbershop thing. So I went in there. Pretty sure it's some type of salon for men. I'll zoom down all the way. This is what I came out with. Through the magic of editing, I will show you pictures. Yeah, through the magic of editing, I will show you pictures. This feels really weird to do this walk. I'll show you I could not speak anything to anyone. There was rarely any communication. They would speak, I would speak. Nothing made sense. I showed them a picture, and they did their thing. It came out to 50 RMB. I'm gonna take this camera off me because I feel like a weirdo. It came out to 50 RMB. Which was way cheaper than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be somewhere between 150 and 300 because there's a lot of signs in there that I can't read. And they started somewhere around 150 to 300. They shampooed my hair twice at the beginning. Went upstairs, they shampooed my hair twice. That was weird. Went downstairs, they started cutting my hair. And the whole time they're looking at this picture. And I think the dude did a really good job to make it look like the picture. The picture isn't, and this haircut isn't actually what I want. I just want my side shortened. So I can now style my hair the way I want to. Yeah, I just wanted the sides trimmed up, the sides and back shortened up, which they did. And then he styled it like the picture, I guess. The whole time I was like looking at it, he kept giving me this hard part going on. So the whole time I was just like, dude, I look like little Trunks, like Trunks as a little kid, because he kept giving me this hard part. I probably like still do in some way. I can't see what I look like right now. And then, oh, he was so hot in there. And then where they put the thing around my neck got really red when they took it off. I was sweating up a storm in there though. But yeah, this is what they gave me. And I don't know. I think it looks good, and for the price it ended up being, it's perfectly fine. And yeah, this will definitely be like my haircut. Probably shouldn't be by the road. I'm on this gate looking thing. But cool, yeah. I'll show you the pictures, and then hopefully through the magic of editing. And yeah, get your hair cut in China. You don't need to speak Chinese, because I sure don't. And just go in there with a picture, and you should be fine. Okay guys, I am back at my apartment, as you can see from my wonderful view. And I just went over the video and I realized that I didn't finish telling you the story of what happened. So I went in, the lady was speaking Chinese to me. I gave her a pretty dumb look. I was just like, do you cut men's hair? And then she like made like scissors, which I didn't do. I was just like twirling my hair. She made scissors and she was like do it, which like correct. And then so she went and got this guy. So I thought she was going to get someone who speaks English, because sometimes businesses do that. They know a person who actually speaks English. But no, this guy came and he was one of my stylists, I guess. That's the best way to describe this thing. So the dude comes and he just says please, 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 and then he like gestures please, please. So I follow him upstairs, and then he's like, please, and he's like, sit down, and it's, you know, it's like I've never seen it to where you actually like lay down, but it was pretty much where they wash your hair, you know, the hair sink, and then this one had like a bed thing for it. So I'm assuming this was like some type of like scalp massage shampoo, because they did it, they I don't know what chemical they used, they shampooed my hair twice, and he did it for a really long time, and like scrubbing. The first time I was like, alright, I could get behind scalp massages, this is a pretty nice feeling. But then the second time I was getting like tender-headed, and I was like, dude, I don't think I need this much cleaning on my head. But it was two different foaming creams that smelled differently or whatever. So then after that, he was like, please. He like dried my head off. Was like, please. And I followed him back downstairs. And then he had me sit down in like, you know, your regular hair cutting chair, I guess. And then he walked away, and another guy showed up. But by this time I had like set my phone up on like the mirror thing that showed the picture that I wanted. Again, here's the picture. Through the magic of editing. And then the guy said something, and I was just like, ting badong. Just, and he was like, ha 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 ha. And then he started doing his thing, and it was mainly just comb and clippers, just the electric razor. Just he's combing and clipping at the same time, and then he gets these clips, and he gives me like this hard part, and he's splitting my hair, and then he's cutting it around, and then but he combs my hair completely to the side, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna let this guy do his thing, because he was just a machine at work, and I was just like, gotta let the artist paint, I guess. He knows what he's doing, hopefully. But it was, most of the haircut, it was ugly, and I was getting more and more worried, because I was like, he's giving me like a 1920s high and tight or something, little Nazi haircut. But then he like removed the clips, and then he got some scissors out, and he lifted up the top part of my hair, and like I was just like, oh no, he's gonna cut the top of my hair, which I was trying to get him not to. And then I was watching him, and he was cutting off like millimeters, the split ends, I assume. He was doing it at like an angle, and it was just like a millimeter of hair maybe that was like falling. So then my hair's still wet during this whole cutting process, and then he towels my head off a little more, and then he starts blow drying it. And when you blow dry my hair, it just turns into like a 1990s style Bill Clinton fro, more or less. It's just like a weird puffball. And I kept like laughing, because I thought that that's what he was doing. He was just gonna dry my hair, and it was gonna be like that. And I was like, alright, I'm definitely gonna have to go home, and I'm definitely gonna have to fix this. Just like every time in America when I get my hair cut, I'm usually pretty upset on the outcome until I go home and style it myself. But then the other guy came back who was younger, the guy who washed my hair, and then he was like, please. And then they got me into another room, another washroom thing, and then another dude with purple hair showed up, and then he washed my hair again. And then he left my hair wet, and then we left that room. It was like another long shampooing. And then we came back to the little cutting chair, and then the dude is blow drying my hair. He's pinning it so I get this hard part again. And then so my hair is now again back the same way it was. It was like a fluffy two parts, like I'm a weird Krusty the Clown guy or something. And then he whips out the pomade or whatever that stuff is called. I never really use product. And then he starts molding and sculpting the hair to look like this picture, which is no longer on my phone. My phone went to sleep a long time ago, so this dude was just like working by memory, and I was just... And then he asked me some questions. I think he was asking me, are the sides short enough? And then I tried to whip out my translator, and then it wouldn't load because I bought a stupid cell phone plan. So it wouldn't load, so I just turned the picture back on. And then he was just like, he was saying something and like gesturing, and he was like, yep. And then he leaves and comes back, and he's got hairspray, and then he's like hairspraying little pieces or whatever. So yeah, and that was, my hair got cleaned 3-ish times, and it was an ordeal. And the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, this is going to cost like 300 RMB. It's going to cost that big price on the wall that I saw right when I first got there. But then I go to the lady, and she's just like Wusher Kwai. That was horrible Chinese, by the way. And at first, I'm even so bad with numbers. Every time I hear Wu, I think of 4, and I don't know why. So at first I I have Alipay, so I'm using like the cell phone app to pay. At first I type in like 40, and I show it to her, and then she's like, no, and then I just like kind of push it to her, and then she deletes it and then puts in 50. And then I'm just like, oh, okay. And then and then I point at like the enter, and I'm like, is that it? And then she's like, do it. And then I push the button, and then I gave him 50 RMB. And I was amazed. I was shocked that was the price. Less than $10 for a haircut that took like an hour long. I mean, it was like something you would pay $50 for back in the States, with massages and styling, and like 3 people were involved in this process, and they all had their own separate jobs. So if you don't feel comfortable getting a haircut in China, now I understand why there's so many people working at these like salon things. Because it's a factory, a hair factory, and they are artists, and the dude pretty much got it on point with the picture, even though my hair isn't as long as the dude in the pictures. I'm like a mix between Chibi Trunks and the dude in the picture, but the dude did a good job. I don't wear my hair back normally like this. I usually push it forward, and I will probably continue to keep doing that. But it depends on what you guys think. What do you think? You like it? Yeah. Ladies, right now I'm single. All right, so that was the full story. Go get your haircut when you're in China. Don't be afraid. It's a lot of fun, even if you don't speak a lick of Chinese. Just go in there with a picture, and they will take care of you. All right, now you can like and subscribe. I love you. I'll see you later. Whoosh.